Greetings and welcome to the Talk to Me America show, where the world wants to know what you have to say. So call me and tell them like it is. So far, from what I can tell, everything is 5 by 5. I'm hoping you can hear me. In fact, I actually reset the Odysee stream just before I went live, just to make sure. I hope it worked. It looks like so far that it worked. All right, Brad Allen. Thank you. 5 by 5, Salty Matt Jameson. All right. Thank you. Welcome to the show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for clicking on my little acre of the internet today. And of course, you know, I'm DGddss, your hostess. Welcome once again. I hope you guys had a great week. I appreciate you guys helping me out last week after my long-ass trip. I'm finally catching up afterwards. I think I'm over-prepared for the show today. And of course, hopefully you guys will enjoy it. I know everybody's talking about one or two main things. But I found all kinds of other stuff. And it's like I say, I think I'm guided. This stuff just comes to me. It's almost like I don't do anything anymore, but I really enjoy sharing it with you guys, so I appreciate you being here. And of course, I want you guys to share your information and talks and everything like that with me too. The whole point is to get you guys talking using your First Amendment rights. You guys know the drill as far as that goes. I got a lot to cover. Let me say hello to everybody here so far on Rumble, the Cyborg. Cy, how are you doing? Welcome. Thank you for being here. 3 people watching so far. Talk to us. All right, Bruin Backhand over here on YouTube. And of course, I don't think we're going to see Hallie. She's celebrating her Passover as far as that goes. We got Pastor Chatelet, my main moderator. Thank you so much for the library coin. Smash the like, of course. Yes, Brad Allen. Badass, there goes my tongue. Badass Brad Allen. We got American Dream 2.0. Toasty, welcome to the show. Adam, welcome. Salty Mad Jameson. Doobie-da. Okay. Is that what it sounds? Is that what my intro sounds like to you? Or are you just losing your brains? Are you losing your mind? Sparky the Welder, first what? And you questioned that. You were first. Okay. Welcome everybody. Appreciate y'all being here tonight. All right, my plugs as usual, real quick. 451 Actual, Pastor Chatelet, of course, and if I'm being simulcast over there on the pond, welcome. Appreciate y'all being here. Hello, pond. Make sure you drop by and at least drop a fire or something like that. And share. Tweet me out. I'm actually getting lots of traffic, or have been getting lots of traffic on Rumble. I appreciate that, because YouTube is going down the tubes. I just found out that Odin's men, Jameson, whatever his name is, he said that they're keeping $23,000 from him. They demonetized him, and they're literally stealing the money that he earned before they demonetized him for that. And they absolutely refuse to pay. Well, they say, he says he's going through the exact same thing it sounds like Steven Crowder went through. But this is the way to do it. Expose these guys. Expose them. That's why I say, you're going to come after me for some of my opinions, you will be exposed. I will put them on the net somehow or another and show people what an asshole you are. If you decide to come after me or any of my friends or kids or anything like that. That's the only way to do it. Yes, Rumble is growing. Red Dawn Radio, of course. DJ Brandrak. Has anybody bothered to try and get him back on Odysee? I mean... Arma Kevin over there on Rumble. Thanks for being here. YouTube is asshole. Yes, you're correct. Most of these big tech companies are asshole. And to think, the absolute nerve to steal from people that they've made contracts with about this kind of thing. Over speech, which is supposed to be the platform. What do they just want videos of freaking robots? Don't answer that. He quit pilled? Who quit pilled? Okay. The Drunken Rocky, of course, is right after my show. Someone's gonna have to fill me in on this. I noticed that 451 Actual actually has that posted for after the show today. Is Rocky all right, or is this one of those hostile takeover things, or one of those things like that? I'm trying to read you guys' comments. I miss DJ Bradrack. Well, he is on Pilled. In fact, I'll show you here in a minute. You can get to his programs on Pilled on from the Pure Blood TV guide, the Pure Blood guide. Anyway, let me go on. Ray Noth, of course, Axe Truth, DJ Based, Kevin's Chaotic Coffee. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. America Floats. I have to add him in there. He's not on Pilled anymore either. Oh, what happens? Vacation? Oh, okay. All right. Magical Trevor, Reverend Rant, who actually we still need to be protesting. I'm noticing that Twitter's not changing a whole lot. Some guy from Maine. And then, of course, like I say, always Rugaroo, Not Me Be, and Town for the schedule. Okay, so you're saying Brandrek's not even on Pilled anymore? What happened? Sounded like he was traveling somewhere. The Rock is on vacation. So, okay. Okay, all right. Three or four different answers. I'm sorry, I did ask a bunch of questions, didn't I? All right, Ken Killer, welcome to the show. They want more pedo beast content on YouTube. Their algorithm directs children to crazy shit like that and adults to CP type shit. There are videos about it on YouTube. Actually, I'd like to see some of those. Because, again, I'm not on the computer and not online as often as you guys are. It takes me almost a whole day to get today's show together. And it's just... Remember I thought I told you I was going to have more time this year? Wrong! Someone else had other plans for me. So that's why I'm not here as often. But I still can do my Thursday show. In fact, like I say, I feel like I'm actually guided and directed to do so. Mainly, I think, because of the fact that I'm providing a service for people to come in and use their First Amendment rights. It's important. It's important. So important that I do this. And I feel compelled. Led. You guys know. You guys know the drill. All right. Let's see. And, of course, don't forget the news. They also have the news on here. I try to advertise for this as often as I can because I use it myself quite often, and I don't know why it's slow, except for the fact that, like I say, I think I'm over prepared this time. There it goes. Okay, just a little, awful lot of stuff on there to load too, and like I say, I've got 17, 18, 19, no, 20. 23 tabs up for you guys to be shared. Most of them are videos. So, but if I run out of, you guys know, if I run out of stuff that I've already talked about, I go back to this and I'll read a couple of things off of here too, just to fill the time and talk and, you know, do more talking as far as that goes. Fill the time. First Amendment yes, indeed. Indeedy do. All right. Thanks for everybody's support so far. You guys know how to support me. You see the little scanny doohickey there for my Cash App, which actually that's so simple, so easy. I couldn't believe that it was so easy to get and so easy to get. There's if you can't scan that thing, there's my ID on Cash App. I like Cash App so far. And, of course, all my other links are down below. The main thing I ask is to just share. Share. Tweet this out. Let people know that someone's out there trying to get everyone else to use our First Amendment rights. In fact, it's extremely important at this moment. We can't let them shut us down. And we can't do it voluntarily by not saying stuff when we know this stuff is wrong or we don't like it or whatever else. That's the whole point of the United States. That's, in fact, the First Amendment is first for a reason. And the Second Amendment is there to protect the first. And who is it that's trying to take this away from us? We all know. Michael Knowles of Daily Wire. I think I saw the first expose about it on Facts Matter with Roman Parts of Epoch Times. Okay. I'll look into that if I have time. But I mean, I've seen it. They've actually censored me. YouTube has actually censored me. Okay. And of course, don't forget about the, if you got stingers or any of that other stuff. I know everybody is really busy and everything like that, but you can send that to the email that's scrolling underneath me at this point here. That's also how you're going to contact me for the phone calls, in which I am getting ready to open the phone lines at this very moment because we're getting ready to start the show. Clown world, clown world. Actually, Banana Republic, as you notice from the title, I like to keep things light, but these things are not funny. But yes, Banana Republic, we have turned now into Banana Republic. I really don't think that I'm getting enough out there, and this is one of the reasons why we need to keep talking about this and keep, as Biden would say, punching at it, because they are actually out to shut us down. I don't know about, I would venture to say that 90% of the people that are either watching me or that we watch or that we're all in part of this group here on Pure Blood TV have been censored or deleted from YouTube. That's why we're actually on the alts as far as that goes too. So, you know, they won't shut us up. And it's, you know, I'm glad that there's places like this. All right. Phone lines are open. Of course, you know the number to, had me in the first 13 minutes. Thank you. Thank you so much, Waffle Salter. You get one of these. I appreciate that. Waffle Salter. That's dirty, isn't it? Shame on me, but not really. Brad Allen says, I should be finishing up that thing tomorrow, and I'll send it to you. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Can't wait. Like I say, that's a little eye and ear bug that we've got for people coming up. And it'll go in the show as, I believe, one of the stingers or something like that. It'll be great. I can't wait. And I love the idea. You guys will love this. So, all right. Let's see. My notes. Okay. Open the phone lines. 409-877-1243. You can actually talk about pretty much anything. I'm just one person. I do all this myself. So, if I've missed something, or if you want to talk about something I'm not talking about, this is just something to start things going on. Coondog, welcome to the show, and thank you so very much. You get one of these. Thank you for the donations. That's, you can do that. That's, Super Chats on Odysee. I don't do anything from YouTube. Actually, like I say, all the links below, you can, follow me other places and stuff like that too. So, and of course, like I say, the main thing, share. Everyone needs to know that they have the right to speak out. All right. First of all, did anyone notice? It's not that way now. They've actually changed it since I started working on the show. But I noticed it the last couple of days that the Twitter had the meme dog, or the what do they call that? That's I forgot his name. Mohap was here. That's funny. That's funny, Salty Mad Jameson. The punked dog. Actually, it made me wonder. It made me think that even more that Twitter and Elon Musk is not really our friend, you know, as far as that goes. And they, like I say, it was up there where the bird is. I noticed the bird is white at the moment, not blue. But the meme dog was up there. That dog that kind of looks at you like, yeah, really, you know, the gotcha dog or whatever they call that. And they changed it. But from some of the censorship that I'm witnessing and still hearing about and seeing on Twitter, I feel like that might have been a sign that Twitter's letting everyone know that they're punking us, that Twitter's punking everyone, or did punk everyone. I'm not real sure. Does anybody else know the story behind that? I just happen to notice that, like I say, I don't tweet a whole lot, but I do use it for news. I bookmark things that come up, and I follow certain people so that I can share other things with you, and we can talk about the same things that we're seeing on here, blah, blah, blah. Rock Candy, welcome to the show. Appreciate it. Appreciate y'all being here. All right, let me know if I miss any of you guys. But yeah, has anybody been feeling punked by Twitter lately? Because I mean, like I say, that dog was in the window where the little bird is. Oh, let me see. I don't know if I can move it over. Well, like I say, it's not there now. And that's just, I pulled that up so you could see the little bird or whatever it is, but it's not showing up on my screen. Oh well. Okay, onward. All right, of course, everyone has been talking about the indictment of Trump. But as usual, the Dems took all the fun out of it. No mugshot, no perp walk, no press, no pictures, nothing that the left actually wanted to see. Doge, okay, the Doge dog. I know it had something to do with being punked or puke or whatever like that. The Doge dog. All right, I got it. Thank you for letting me know that. I don't know all of this stuff all the time. But anyway, but that tells you that they know that this is going to give him more power, and they're finally realizing that he markets both bad and good publicity. In fact, they all know the worse publicity. The worse the publicity, the more eyes and ears are eager to hear and see it. They practice this mantra every frickin' day. My take is about the same as everyone else's in our little MAGA world, if you will, as they say, and in some cases, even outside of our little clique at the moment, from what I'm seeing and hearing. This indictment is complete bullshit, as usual, and completely made up political theater. It has galvanized a lot of folks on both sides, even to the point of the MSM saying that it's a nothing burger, or that they're very disappointed and they're like downtrodden because they know this isn't going to work either. In fact, nothing has so far. I've heard a few suggestions, actually, that this is all planned to get him actually to be the nominee again, because they just know they're going to beat him again this time like they did in 2020. Wink, wink. The only thing I haven't heard anyone say or ask is, isn't it funny how the Dems seem to absolutely revere and worship criminals? Even to the point of just allowing them to be criminals. But then turn around and criminalize one of our heroes, as they put it, and expect us to hate him. Typical double standards, in my opinion. As if they could influence us enough that they think we love their criminals, but should hate our own. Now, if anybody else mentioned that, I didn't hear them. This is just something that I came up with literally after I've listened to a bunch of people talk about this. But here they are, trying to do it. Well, according to Dilly, anyway. In fact, let's see. I have him up? Yeah, I have him up. I know some of you guys listen to Dilly. This was his take on it right after they announced that they were going to actually do it. March 31st. This was one of the takes that I listened to, but it didn't, in my opinion, it didn't go far enough, and that's why I went where I went.
Hey, what's up, you guys? All right, so here's what's going on right now, and I just figured it out. The Uniparty's move is this one right here. I figured it out last night, but now I'm seeing it confirmed this morning. So here's what they're going to do. Last night, it was not an accident that we found out that Ron DeSantis is going to be trying to change the resign to run law in Florida, and they submitted that paperwork on the exact same day that the Democrats indicted President Donald J. Trump. So here's what they're going to do, because right now, this morning, I was watching Fox Business, and already I'm seeing it both on social media and I'm seeing it on mainstream media. The plan now is to try and pressure President Trump to drop out of the race, that it's not appropriate. This is what they're saying, that it's not appropriate for a indicted individual to continue distracting from the election process by going forward.
Now, this guy doesn't actually think Trump's going to listen, right? I don't think he's going to listen. In fact, if he was going to listen, they wouldn't have censored all of his speeches and everything after the indictment. In fact, there were some people saying that Trump tricked the media again because they all thought, again, trying to read his mind as to what he was going to come out and say. They thought he was just going to start beating on the desk and beating on his chest and all this other stuff. And basically it went to the point of where, it's not even newsworthy. Excuse me? The actual top person on the chart right now to become at least the nominee on the Republican side says has a speech and has a rally or something like that after an indictment. And he didn't beat his chest or anything, but he did let them know that this is all a farce, which is normal. But yeah, how ironic. And do you agree with Dilly? Do you think that this is what they're trying to do to him? I mean, again, by any means necessary, but this is the weakest by any means I've ever seen. Let's let him finish here.
In the race, they're going to try and pressure Trump to drop out. They're going to start pressuring him to step away because he's a distraction and he's hurting the party. This is the official move they're making. This is the narrative they're trying to create. And you can see it on social media as well. They are in everything you're going to see from the DeSantis supporters and other GOP establishment bot accounts is going to be them trying to tell you that the system is rigged, which it is. But what they're going to suggest is that there's no way Donald Trump doesn't get found guilty and that he's going to be going to jail. And that's how they're going to justify their support of Ron DeSantis. I guarantee it. This is the sales pitch. You heard it here first. I can see it already. The narrative is that Trump, it's not that he's not electable. It's not that he can't win or shouldn't win. It's that he's being railroaded. The system is rigged, and they're going to find him guilty and put him in jail. And therefore, you should put your support behind.
Okay, Dilly, this isn't news. They've been doing this for 7 years, okay? So, yeah, and it still hasn't worked. So, jail or no jail. In fact, you saw what they did. And again, if this was such a humongous deal, and this is what they've always wanted to see, why did they censor it? Because it would canonize even those people, I guarantee it. So I guess this is what I get for looking for logic from that side. Masters of understatement and double standards of Orwellian doublespeak. Or just minions of the Morning Star, which is probably more likely. Not to mention, like I said before, at the same time they're trying to censor all that's happening. I've only seen it. Now, I was going to say, this should be something that should be all over Twitter, especially since when I do actually look for the hashtags, they are out there. A majority of the hashtags are leftists. Oh, he deserves this. Oh, they're celebrating Yahoo, sweet, and everything like that. I see a few people going, whatever. But, nobody tries to fight with these people anymore because they're impenetrable when it finally just comes down to it. What can I tell you? Like I say, I only saw it, and actually the only time I actually saw it trend on Twitter is after he said something about it. So of course after that, like I said, most of the news outlets either cut him off, blew him off, censored his helpline or whatever it is. And then, of course, you got Rachel Maddow up there swearing, insisting, and this is just not newsworthy. Oh, it's the same old, same old. So, yeah, the irony with all of this is just so heavy and hot here that we could press all of our Sunday best for 100 years. Welcome to the show, Fog. Appreciate you being here. I'm gonna find a cash machine, yeah. I saw that, Pastor, and I'm not real sure what's going on, but that doesn't sound like you, dude. Maybe I'll get in on the story. I know you guys have inside jokes and stuff, and since I'm not here all the time, I don't see a lot of it. Okay. But anyway, they just keep pushing this criminal thing and all the rest of the stuff that they think is going to make him look bad. And I believe it's probably because of a video like this one right here. This guy named Mark posted this on Twitter. 30,000 views so far. He posted on April 3rd, but I found it. And this particular video, like I say, I think I'm led to this stuff because this particular video made it click as to what I wanted to talk about and how I wanted to talk about it. But this is why they're pushing so hard.
Do you support Trump being indicted?
Definitely not. That man is the GOAT. He ran the fuck out the country. They just trying to set him up, for real. Trump 2024 for sure. Trump 2024.
No, fuck no. It's a witch hunt. They're doing whatever they can to get rid of him because they know he's powerful and they know he can actually do a good change in this country. My boy Donnie's watching. You have more supporters than you ever know, bro.
Oh, I just seen that shit 2 days ago. Nope. They tricked y'all dumbass to get Trump out the chair, and now look how that shit done backfired on y'all dumbass. Trump got my back. Trump for life.
Do you support Trump being indicted?
So, what do you guys think? Don't forget the phone lines are open. And, of course, share. So, even as much as they're trying to censor this indictment and its proceedings, which I can't believe that they thought that was even possible, knowing what they know about this man, he's still gaining followers and support. You just can't ignore the millions he's made from folks just donating like $35 a pop. These are normal, actual people. And I did the math. Sorry, I'm a racist because I did the math properly. If math is racist to you, you won't know this. But if you do the math, simple math at that, 7 million, according to the last thing that I saw, and the research that I did on it, $7 million since this whole fiasco has been going on. All right. Greetings, you're on the air.
Hey, Laura, it's Adam.
Adam! Welcome to the show.
Everybody. So I got 2 cents. So I don't know how into a certain let's say letter of the alphabet you are, but something interesting I think with what I'm seeing with this whole thing is it's just more kind of proof of how insane the left is. But one of the biggest things, because one of the things I think is that I think people with a certain color hat might be able to have some sense of control over what's kind of going on generally. And isn't it an interesting precedent that's being set by indicting a former president, Isn't it an interesting kind of unfolding of events, perhaps it's sorry that it had to be this way, perhaps the end is not for everyone. But do you know what I mean? There's some kind of interesting things that could develop as a result of the situation, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, actually, it's kind of funny you mentioned that because that's actually some of the theme of the show. I talked about Trump to begin with, but I picked out a whole bunch of weirdo shit that's happening that might be warning us about things. And this is one of them, possibly. But I'm talking about things that aren't the things that I picked out are not. Most of them are not human in nature or in any kind of action. You'll see.
Okay, well, it's your show, so I don't know what you mean about that.
Well, I'm talking about things that humans don't really have any control over whatsoever. The things that are happening. What the humans are doing now is part of it, but there's a lot of other things that are actually telling me that something's happening. Not to mention the fact that this is a distraction. You know that this mainly is a distraction over the what have they found so far on Biden? And all of the stuff that's actually, in fact, because of a lot of this stuff that's happening now, I saw a headline while I was doing research that the Republican Congress is now put in some kind of paperwork or whatever it is to look into indicting Biden and that DA in New York. I don't know how true it is. Like I say, as I was doing my other research, it came across, but it might be of some significance.
Yeah, so for me personally, I spent a really long time, like really over the top, like looking at everything with a microscope, and it burned me out real bad. So I don't really have political opinions anymore. I just kind of like really just waiting and watching and seeing everything unfold. But every time something kind of crazy happens, it just sort of makes me think like, okay, I can kind of see how this is forming. You know what I mean? Like this whole situation. I mean, like the whole situation with having, you know, elections stolen and having this, you know, having the you know, whatever you want to call it, you know, the bad guys in charge or whatever, you know. But yeah.
Oh, you mean like Bill Burr puts it, the psychopaths in charge? Yes.
Well, I would call it the cabal, but you know, we all got our words. But yeah, no, like it's just crazy to watch everything unfold, and I thought everything was gonna be like there's some people who are still really pessimistic about like horrible things happening. But the thing is that I thought if Biden got in office, I thought a bunch of horrible things would happen. And yes, horrible things are happening on some level, but it's not to the point where it's like zombie apocalypse. Oh my God, you better have a full round of ammo, otherwise you're gonna have to fight zombies on the way to the, you know, there's not gonna be a store to go to. I don't know, like all that kind of stuff. So
it depends on where you live. That's gonna depend on where you live, actually.
Maybe. I mean, I live in Los Angeles, and I definitely, you know, it got crazier, but I feel relatively safe considering it's not Venezuela. You know what I mean?
Right. Yet. Wait till they start passing out $5 million to everybody in your state, making your money worthless out there.
Yeah, see, like crazy stuff like that, I just don't think it's gonna happen because I kind of got sucked into that whole like conspiracy theory thinking where it's like it's going to be like this, but at the end of the day you're kind of just using your imagination and you're really just guessing, and you don't actually know. So it's like I try to have a more of an optimistic point of view.
All right,
optimistic outlook.
My next question is, have you not studied history? These things have all been done before, sometimes even probably before history has even been recorded.
Yeah, I understand. I can agree with you on some level that there's a point at which I have to step back and humbly recognize the reality of it, but that doesn't change the way I feel. I still feel a sense, you know, I'm very in tune with God, and I pray to Him, and I ask Him questions, and I receive positive answers. I don't receive, hey, you know, it's going to be like this. Like that's what I trust. And if that's foolish to trust, then fine, it's foolish to trust. But here's the other thing too. I remember back in 2012, people got real crazy like that too. Same thing. My dad was telling me that Obama's going to have the Chinese come in and they're going to have troops on the ground and we're all going to become slaves overnight. And then everything rolled out fine. Right, life just kind of went on. But I remember back then I made this decision in my head because there was some sense of like true, genuine fear. And, you know, I kept telling my wife, you know, the niggers are going to riot, you know, and they did eventually end up doing that. In 2020 is when it obviously got real bad. But even then, like, still more or less kind of just goes on like normal. Yeah, there's lots of victims, and for them it didn't. But for the most part, I would say, you know, it did. But the one thing I decided in my mind is I'm not going to have fear. Because if my Lord and Savior can die on a cross for me, then why should I be afraid of anything? So,
right. Well, that was going to be my next statement was that you sound like you have the peace of Christ. So yes, I was going to say, do I sound scared of any of this stuff?
No, you don't sound scared. Actually, you sound like a warrior that I'd want to have next to my side because you've got a real sense of I don't know what to call it. It's like bravery or like badassness, or you know, like you don't hesitate. You're like, you know, I like that about you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's what I'm hoping everybody will be that way. But I realize that when it comes down to brass tacks, there's only going to be 3 to 5% of us that are going to be fighting in this fight.
And that's the other thing, too. I hope people kind of realize, because whenever I talk to people like this, they think that it's like, you're not down, you ain't going to do shit. And it's like, look, if it ever comes down to it, like if it comes down to it, put a rifle in my hand, that's fine. You know, I'll do what needs to be done. I don't think it's like that's where it's at.
Oh,
You know,
well,
I
we're
think
not
that-
looking to start nothing, but we ain't going to let nobody finish nothing. Nobody else finish nothing either. That's the thing.
Yeah, but I'm just like for now, like I don't think anything's gonna sneak up on us too like heavily, you know. Like I don't think it's gonna be like, you know, like everything's fine and the next day it's all like the apocalypse. You know, I think if the apocalypse is gonna come, there will be more warning signs than the ones that we're sort of having, you know, because
You
They're
might
moving
change
up
your
there.
mind after tonight's show.
I'll see what you got. I'll see what you have. What you're gonna show that's supposedly crazy. I've seen a lot of stuff, but I don't know. I don't know what your show's gonna have today. But I just want to throw my 2 cents in with this whole indictment thing and how I actually see it as a good thing, personally.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me, because like I said, it sets a precedent. And oof, man, I'd love to go after. You know, I'd like to lock her up. I'll put it that way. Lock her up. Lock her up.
They will be held accountable. And it's like I always say, I know that God always says that vengeance is mine, but I sure hope he'll let us watch. And actually, in some cases he is. You just have to pay attention.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, right on. Get back to your show, sister. My 2 cents are have been cashed.
Okay, I appreciate you calling.
All right, sister. It's always good to talk to you. Bye bye.
Thank you. God bless.
God bless, sister.
All right, good night. All right, great caller. Adam's always got interesting takes on things. I appreciate the fact that he's not scared to speak up either. I appreciate that. Thank you for calling. All right, we were talking about the millions, the 7 millions that that Trump made. That's actually, just like I say, that's the last figure that I got a chance to see about an hour and a half ago. It could be more by now. But they're also saying that this money's not coming from PACs. It's not coming from any big donors or anything like that. In fact, supposedly the average donation is like $35 each. So if you do the math, the racist math, it actually comes to a little over 200,000 people. And this is without advertising. This is just from finding out the small amount that we're finding out. I mean, they had everything sealed beforehand. And actually, if I was listening right, this DA couldn't even come up with it when he had a press conference. I mean, the reason why they were indicting him for all of this other stuff. So, yeah, and you know, how many more would there be if they were actually being transparent about all of this? So you guys keep spreading the word about that stuff. We need to stand behind him more now than ever. Because they're railroading him. That is one thing that Dilly guy said right. They're railroading him. Everybody's talking about that. Even the left, which is unusual. Excuse me. Which, again, leads me to believe that might be a possibility, and that's probably why there's people saying there is a possibility that they're pushing this so that they'll make him a martyr so that he will win, so that we can beat him. Let's humiliate him again in the big time. So anything's possible. Let's see. Armageddon says he's not been keeping up with what happened with NATO expansion and further escalation towards World War III. Yeah. Well, I was going to say, if you think about it, we kind of sort of are already there or on the very edge. And the fact that they want to include nuclear weapons, it's probably, I don't know if it's a scare tactic. I don't know, what the deal is, but they've also said, they've admitted, even though that they're doing this, the Kremlin or whatever it is, has already admitted that nobody wins in one of those. So it would be more like World Massacre 3, in my opinion. Jess, you're right. And actually, there's a lot of people who are saying, hey man, we're not for Putin, but we're not surprised. Because we promised him we wouldn't expand NATO, and here we are. Only communists do that. They'll promise. I mean, look what they did to Hong Kong. Okay? Never take a communist word for anything. Oh, well, I changed my mind. It's like talking to frickin' Darth Vader. Oh, be happy I haven't changed the program anymore, but I can do whatever I want and you can't. No, we can't accept that anymore either. Ah, okay. Our McKevin says he said that we aren't near a zombie apocalypse or anything, and that was my question to that statement. Ah, gotcha. Okay. Well, like I say, I don't know how many. I don't know if there'll be zombies. Oh, okay. There's the Doge dog again on Twitter. That's weird how that comes up sometimes and it doesn't. But you guys still can't see it. How do I make that? All right. Don't screw me now. Okay, see it? See the Doge dog? So yeah, is that a okay? So that's not a prank then. That's him advertising for Dogecoin. Let's see, conspiracy jail, cool fork. Anyone who has read a history book, yes, hold on to your guns. Indeed, indeed. And like I say, these things never worked before, but these youngsters think that they're going to be better at it than the old folks that know that you can't reinvent the wheel. In fact, when you try to reinvent the wheel, it doesn't work. All right. Okay, gonna start out with a little bit of levity before I start on the weird goings-on around the world. That's what I was talking about. I'm going to show you. The first one that came across my feed that I thought was absolutely hilarious, and I don't know if anybody has seen this. I don't know if you follow Babylon Bee, but this I'm glad they haven't been kicked off of this is Facebook. This blows my mind that they haven't been kicked off Facebook for this one yet. Check it out.
You hate gender?
Yeah!
Then get the brand new androgynous action person, GI Pack!
Cool!
GI Pack gets rid of all the fun and excitement of G.I. Joe and replaces it with self-righteousness and anger.
This dino won't tell me his pronouns. Take this, Nazi!
GI Pack comes with awesome accessories, like a computer bike, a soy latte, and a cell phone with instant outrage self-reaction. Pro-life people should die!
Awesome!
Look out! Here comes G.I. Pack's greatest foe!
Marriage is between a man and a woman.
Mike Pence!
Mike Pence and the evil right-wingers will stop at nothing to destroy G.I. Pack, and it's up to you to fight back!
Right side of history! I'm dead!
Now you know your gender identity, and knowing is half the battle. Get G.I. Pack today! Hey kids, you...
That's hilarious. I love the Babylon Bee. They come up with some good shit. Let's see. I saw somebody on here. King of Casual, welcome to the show. Appreciate you being here. Whee! Don't forget to share. How many people we got over here on YouTube? Nobody. That's what I mean. See about YouTube. Hopefully I'll give it up. Hopefully I will give it up. Like I say, we got to fight them on their own territory as far as that goes. But at one point or another, you got to know when to fold them, know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Okay, a little bit more levity. This person has an entire series of different digs, if you will, on the president when he was interviewed by 60 Minutes, I do believe, about his focus. You'll love this girl. She's great. I'm gonna show you these.
How would you say your mental focus is?
Oh, it's focused. I haven't, look, I have trouble even saying to myself my own head the number of years. I no more think of myself as being as old as I am than fly. I mean, it's just not, I haven't observed anything in terms of, there's not things I don't do now that I did before, whether it's physical or mental or anything else.
How would you say your mental focus is?
All right, here's the next one.
How would you say your mental focus is?
Oh, it's focused. I haven't, look, I have trouble even saying to myself my own head the number of years. I no more think of myself as being as old as I am than fly. I mean, it's just not, I haven't observed anything in terms of, there's not things I don't do now that I did before, whether it's physical or mental or anything else.
How would you say your...
This is great. In fact, there's people that are asking her for this. That's the reason why it's a series.
How would you say your mental focus is?
Oh, it's focused. I haven't, look, I have trouble even saying to myself my own head the number of years. I no more think of myself as being as old as I am than fly. I mean, it's just not, I haven't observed anything in terms of, there's not things I don't do now that I did before, whether it's physical or mental or anything else.
How would you say your mental focus is?
Oh, it's focused. I haven't, look, I have trouble even saying to myself my own head the number of years. I no more think of myself as being as old as I am than fly. I mean, it's just not, I haven't observed anything in terms of, there's not things I don't do now that I did before, whether it's physical or mental or anything else.
How would you say
So yeah, this chick's got a whole bunch of making fun of Biden shows. Yes, Waffle Salter. I will talk briefly about that human being in a little while, but they don't get any free advertisement from me. Pray I don't alter it any further. Exactly. Viennas are tasty. Yes. They're good snack food when you don't have anything else. All right. I'm going to show you a couple of weird things that have happened. You can let me know if they're real or not. Some of them have been debunked. Some of them you just never know. But are these things unprecedented for real or just distractions to blur our minds as to block our spirituality? Or is something else going on? Are we being warned? And how can anyone think that some of the things that we're seeing are caused by human behaviors? And this is what I meant by this. First thing that I come up with, Earth's inner core may be reversing its rotation. Now, you know my doubts about this to begin with. This subjective word in here, may. Okay, science news. This is why you question science. May is not good enough for me. Such a turnaround might sound bizarre, but isn't likely to have profound effects on life. How do they know this? Again, may, the subjective word. But there's a lot of people that are actually reporting about this. Our planet may have had a recent change of heart. Earth's inner core may have temporarily stopped rotating. This came in January 23rd, 2023. January 23. Relative to mantle and surface, researchers report in the January 23 Nature Geoscience. Now, the direction of the inner core's rotation may be reversing, part of what could be roughly 70-year-long cycle that may influence the length of Earth's days and its magnetic field, though some researchers are skeptical. Good! That's exactly how that's supposed to work. What are they skeptical about, though? We see strong evidence that inner core has been rotating faster than the surface. But by around 2009, it nearly stopped. Why are we just finding this out now? Says geophysicist Jiandong Sun of Peking University in Beijing. And of course, China. We can trust them, right? Now it is gradually moving in the opposite direction. Such a profound turnaround might sound bizarre, but Earth is volatile. No shit, Sherlock. They just discovering that now too? Bore through the ever-shifting crust and you'll enter the titanic mantle where behemoth masses of rock flow viscously over spans of millions of years, sometimes upwelling to excoriate the overlying crust. Delve deeper and you'll reach Earth's liquid outer core. Here circulating currents of molten metals conjure our planet's magnetic field, and at the heart of that melt you'll find a revolving solid metal ball about 70% as wide as the moon. Okay, do they know this for sure? It's like the charting of stars. Spoiler alert, same place always and forever. Russian bot, welcome to the show. Let's see. The Earth's core changes rotation every so often. It's been in a stop position for like 9 years. It's a natural regenerative braking recharge. God is intelligent designer. Yes, exactly. This is partially my point. Not to mention the fact that they first mentioned that probably won't have anything to do with the Earth or anything like that, but then it could change a bunch of things. So which is it? All right, that's why I don't like this subjective may, and then they don't allow anybody else to research it or talk about it or dispute it or anything like that. They become subjective to put it in your mind so that you think it's true, and then people start talking about it like it's true, and then it becomes true. It's crap, and that's why they say follow the science. Well, no. Science doesn't work that way. That's why I'm glad to see that some researchers are skeptical, and knowing who's actually telling this in the first place with good reason. You guys know why. Studies have suggested that this solid heart may rotate within the liquid outer core, compelled by the outer core's magnetic torque. Researchers have also argued the mantle's immense gravitational pull may apply an erratic brake on the inner core's rotation, causing it to oscillate. All right, we get the gist. This is a very, very long, well, not a very, very long article, but it's a pretty long article. Evidence for the inner core's fluctuating rotation first emerged in 1996. Geophysicist Paul Richards of Columbia University Lamont Doherty Earth Observatory in Palisades, New York, and Song. Then also Lamont Doherty reported that over a span of 3 decades, seismic waves from earthquakes took different amounts of time to traverse Earth's solid heart. So, and I'm pretty sure there'll always be earthquakes. I mean, the Earth is always moving and changing and everything like that. That's why it looks like it does now. All right, all right, now I have to ask you followers of the Thunberg, which humans are responsible for the Earth deciding to do this, if it's even happening at all? You know, these scientists have been known to keep discovering things so that the grants keep flowing. They've even been known to follow government standards and scripts in order to keep the cash flowing, so I will remain skeptical. However, put this together with all the other things that I'm getting ready to show you, and, well, like I say, it brings a whole bunch of questions to mind. The next thing that comes up, in my opinion, let's see. Fucking Epic, welcome to the show. He says, there's a stone monument with a small hole in it where 24/7, 365 days a year you can see Polaris through it. But yeah, we're on a spinning ball. Okay. Okay. There's a lot of science to this. Many geologists have theorized this for years. Yes, indeed. That's why I say. Now, my next thing. NASA captured a piece of sun's northern pole breaking off. The sun just pretty much just chucked a piece of itself off of there, leaving scientists baffled, which that doesn't surprise me. How could this be possible? The sun, like I say, the sun has literally chucked the piece of itself off and it went into the solar abyss. NASA filmed the never-before-seen phenomenon of the moment when a piece of the sun's northern pole broke off, which has astronomers bewildered. A video depicts an enormous filament of plasma or electrified gas blasting out of the sun, splitting, and then circling in a vast polar vortex. They don't even know what it is! You can tell they're baffled. They don't even know what it is. Video depicts a filament of plasma or electrified gas. Scientists believe the prominence is related to the reversal of the sun's magnetic field. Again, how do they know that too? And how, how did that happen? This occurs during a solar cycle. Space weather forecaster Tamitha Skov uploaded on a video on Twitter with a caption saying that NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory captured it. Did I pull that? Let me pull that up. If it's even still there. There we go. There's the picture of it. I guess this big blast over here, or is it that on the top? Yeah, the northern. But I see little poofs coming out of here everywhere. And it's got 5.2 million views, and it's only 5 seconds long. So first Matthew 24:29 comes to mind. People need to pick up their Bible and realize we are in the last days and turn to God through Jesus Christ. Well, there's somebody that believes we're being warned with all of this stuff. Like I say, that was my question. I had several questions at the beginning of this part. That was one of them. Adam, beautiful lunar eclipse from our flat Earth. It doesn't move. Is the ice wall crust stuffed with cheese? Oh, that's something else I've been hearing a lot about too. Yes, I'm your ninja. I am really dumb when it comes to all of this stuff. That's why I ask the questions that I ask, and that's the reason why I cover the things that I cover, because I see all of this stuff. And as a thinking human being, I'm not the best in the world as far as that goes, but sometimes when things contradict themselves, it slaps you in the face. But also, too, when things start coming together like this and all these things are starting to happen at one time, that slaps you in the face, too. Deepest hole ever dug, only 7.6 miles deep. Doesn't even begin to scratch the surface. Yeah. I think it got too hot or something. I forget. Tetris, welcome. Welcome to the show. Okay. So how about that? All right. Then, I'm your ninja. Thank you so much for the donation. You get one of these. Oh, she looks good on top of that sun. No, I know, not me, but I am actually. I have to admit, I don't know a whole lot about this stuff, but I do. That's why I called my channel Here's What I Heard, because I'm ready for somebody to tell me that I'm not seeing this stuff, or that, that I'm wrong about it, or that I'm missing something about it. But so far, I haven't had anybody do that yet. But that's okay. All right. Then you have strange sightings, like this one here, Ancient Origins. This, I don't remember how this came across my feed. It was actually, I think it was a montage of a bunch of stuff asking pretty much the same question as I did. Like I say, this stuff just comes to me. I have a question in my head, and then my feed just gets filled with this stuff. It's almost like it's almost as if something is reading my mind. I don't talk about it, and I actually don't start writing about it until I actually come up with an idea, and this stuff all starts coming to me, and it's like, ooh, that connects to, oh yeah, so, sorry, that's the way it works for me. Alleged sighting of the mythical Manananggal in the Philippines causes public anxiety. Now, this was back in February of 23. Police in the Philippines are working to ease the fears of residents in a city where reports of a fearsome creature have been circulating. The strange incident began last Thursday evening in a community of Talisay when two girls reported seeing a bizarre creature perched on a house. According to the witnesses, the creature had bat-like wings and was able to detach its body at the torso, which is a characteristic feature of the mythical creature known as Manananggal. In Philippine folklore, the girls were shaken by the encounter and reported the sighting to the police. Spreading like wildfire, a sighting not to behold. The news of the sighting quickly spread, and soon the entire community was abuzz with the talk of the Manananggal. Wow. Several days after the initial sighting, reports emerged of another creature seen in a nearby town. This creature was described as having a human body, but a head that resembled that of a pig. And reports have added to the fears and concerns of the community, and local authorities began to take the matter seriously, reports coast to coast. In an effort to calm residents, the authorities held a press conference to address the issue. They promised to investigate the reports and urged residents to report any unusual sightings or incidents to the police. They also advised residents to refrain from sharing rumors and hearsay about the Manananggal, as this could cause unnecessary panic and fear. Okay, so tell us, but don't tell anybody else. Don't spread it around. Don't make everybody afraid of it. We'll handle this. The government will handle this for you people. Meanwhile, the two witnesses who reported the sighting of the Manananggal are said to be receiving counseling to help them deal with the trauma of the encounter. Probably being told, oh, you didn't really see what you thought you saw, etc. and etc. So again, I would venture to say that these are a part of these people's religious folklore. All right. Then you have this. Now, I've read about a few of the different things about this next phenomenon, if you will. I do know cows have a really strange way of doing things, and I also know that they're attuned to the weather, and at least in so much as the fact that they turn their backs to the wind and the snow and the ice or whatever like that when there's a blizzard or rain or whatever like that. So, but you got some lady going through, and I believe this was I don't think this was TikTok. It's on YouTube, but maybe you guys can talk about it more. I'm not a rancher. I have no idea. I do know of some of the behavior of cows, but again, I'm not an expert, and I am stupid about some of this stuff. But this seems rather odd to me, doesn't it to you? And it actually, if someone's pointing it out, it seems rather odd to that person too. I wonder if she lives here.
Hey there, folks. I think something's wrong. For miles and miles, these cows are lined up single file and not moving. They are not moving, y'all. If you look out in the distance, they're all lined up single file and not moving. What is going on?
All right, what do y'all think about that? I've read in some instances that cows actually will do that if they're waiting to be fed. Again, another thing that they're like in tune to the weather. I don't believe that it's affected by humans in any way, unless, of course, they're waiting to be fed. I'm not sure. What kind of rounds are those? Oh, no. Robot cows? Let's see. George Washington, Waffle Salter puts this meme on there from George Washington. Free people ought not only be armed and disciplined, but they should have sufficient arms and ammunition to maintain a status of independence from any who might attempt to abuse them, which would include their own government. Yes, and there, I'm finding out that there's actually more than one law in our Constitution that says we can take these people and shove them. These people that are in charge now, the government, our government. Let's see. Sai says, all one needs to know is in the Bible. Arma Kevin, it's referencing the Bible, verses included. As it's mentioned here, it could occur after the Battle of Armageddon. Mankind would be pretty much gone at this point. Yeah. Well, especially if they press the red buttons down. It's like they said, you know, they're putting it there because it's been foisted upon them. They don't want to do anything about it, but they're not going to just let anybody walk over them. But nobody wins in that situation. I would pretty much call that Armageddon, of sorts. Sai says, I established my covenant with you. Never again will all life be destroyed by the waters of a flood. Never again will there be a flood to destroy the earth. Jenna said, yes. Well, that's the only thing he promised. He didn't promise it wouldn't be destroyed in any other way. Super Trucker, my name is Jacob Rothschild. My family is worth $500 trillion. We own nearly every central bank in the world. We finance both sides of every war since Napoleon. We own your news, the media, your oil, and your government. You have probably never heard of me. Yes? And yeah, I've heard of all of those guys. Space Cowboy, thank you. He says, I'm not stupid. I'm just not knowledgeable about some stuff. That's all of us. Well, you guys... Yep. Well, that's why I say I read this stuff, and that's why I called my channel what I called it, because when I read all of this stuff and I do as much as I can to research it, a lot of times it sounds like bullshit to me anyway. And I've actually been thinking in that way since right after Katrina, and actually beforehand too. My first college degree, I guess you could say, was in communications, and unwittingly or not. Well, and of course I always look at things differently too, but unwittingly or not, they actually taught me the secrets of how people get so brainwashed about the products that they buy, the things that they do. It's all advertising. It's all of this stuff. They've even got it down to the psychological part of it, to where they know just how many times it takes to repeat something before the person starts remembering it themselves and starts almost craving it, if you will. So, I mean, that was when I started really taking my first look at it. And of course, when I started getting bad grades on observation pieces, I knew right then and there that they were trying to teach you something that I wasn't seeing, or that I actually was seeing through. And that they didn't realize that they were actually teaching people. They were teaching it in such a way where I guess you had to, I'm not sure. And it might have also been too, when I went actually back to college, I was a little older as far as that goes too. And I had already seen a lot of it on the advertisements. Like they tell you, you know, there's no better time to buy than now. Oh, so does that mean if I go in another day, you won't sell that to me? You know, that kind of shit. Or the thing where it always works on television. They show you this shitty crap. Oh, this thing that, this laser thing that takes off the hair and all this other stuff. Well, my first two questions are, okay, yeah, it works on TV and you're not really showing us anything. And it's like, if that thing is destroying the hair on your arm, what the hell is it doing to your skin? You know, and of course you get all these people afterwards, they complain, oh, it didn't work. Well, it worked on TV. Well, of course it did. Would you have bought it if it didn't work on TV? Or a lot of these commercials where they show you how something works by animating it. So again, like I say, this is why I have all of these doubts about what they're telling us and how they tell us. Needed a Thursday show. Thanks, Pastor Shadley, for the recommendation. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for being here, Waffle. I appreciate you being here. I saw you on, I think I saw you over there at America Floats. So I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you're here. I appreciate anybody. And like I say, that's why I keep telling you, the best way you can help me, I appreciate all the donations. And of course, every little bit goes back into this program that I'm doing for you all to improve it. And hopefully one day be able to do more with it. It seems like every time I want to put a little more time into it, something else comes up. But then again, that's what happens when you have elderly parents, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, let's see. Cyborg says, this is the most exciting time of all in human history. It's beautiful and frightening to watch it all firsthand. Yes, it is. It is. And I think that the different generations getting to watch it in the different ways, looking at it and seeing it also too, is something phenomenal that doesn't happen a lot either. No Axe Truth tonight. Oh, okay. That's a good one, Waffle. That's actually how I noticed you. You got great memes. You got great memes. All right, Super Trucker. Yes, definitely the 3 crosses. All right. Okay, so does anybody actually have any information or insider about why cows would do that? Like I say, I'm not even real sure exactly where this person is. Cows line up with the magnetic field. What do you think is going on? Show more, show less. Okay. Animals know when something is up and about to happen. This is strange. First animals were walking in circles. Now they're just standing in one line. Damn. 2023 is strange. Yeah, see, that's why I say what is behind this? Again, is this something that they would normally do? Like I say, there has been some suggestions that they're either waiting to be fed or they're waiting on some kind of a weather anomaly, something like that. I don't know. I'm not a farmer. I'm not a cattle person. I eat beef. That's about it. I've heard a few cattle farmers talk about different things. And I've noticed, you know, you pass the fields and it's raining when you're traveling or something like that. You notice the cows are all facing one way. And, you know, it's kind of a trivia thing too with some of the behaviors of cows. Sparky the Welder says, cows do line up along fence lines sometimes. Yeah, I've seen it, but not like this. And you saw the ones out in the distance too. They didn't look like there was any fence line out there. To be honest, of course, my eyes are going bad too. I am getting old. In fact, what did my mom say? Yeah, your age changes every year. I think your age changes every day. So, and it's just a number. Cheers. Big love from Tennessee. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Limited access. Welcome to the show over here on YouTube. Sorry I'm late. I was catching up on my Salty's birthday stream. I missed yesterday. Oh, okay, no problem. Yeah, I was going to say, if I come up with anything he's actually ever said or anything like that, especially today, I haven't watched him in a couple of shows. Sorry. Life takes over sometimes. Besides that, it's not good to be on the computer 24/7. It gives me a headache after a while. Okay. All right. The next thing that came up that actually sparked my interest, but has possibly been debunked. Like I say, I've seen both things on this. This seems to be something everybody's talking about, or well, not everybody. I don't see everybody talking about it. This young lady supposedly was in a spa getting her nails did. And it was run by Oriental people, Chinese people, I believe. They were watching some Chinese news, and this is what happened. This is what they came up with.
Wait. Please stop. So, no one is talking about this. No one. You guys won't believe. I was at the nail salon the other day, and I heard some shocking news. So, I'm at the nail salon. This is about 2 weeks ago. I had to pop these nails off due to work. But anyway, I'm at the nail salon, and these Chinese people, they are watching the Chinese news. So all of a sudden I look up and I'm interested in the news. And I always wonder how my language translator work on my phone. So I turned it on to the Chinese language. And lo and behold, you guys, the Chinese have discovered uncharted land. I'm talking about land untouched. You guys, this is not a shocker. They have found dinosaur-like creatures over 13 feet tall. This information is not even available in the USA. No one is talking about it. I cannot find any source. But I also confirmed it with the nail tech that was doing my nails. I also confirmed it. I said, hey, can you tell me what is being said? Is this what is being said? And she looks over and she's like, yeah. They found another uncharted land, untouched land. And it's like thousands. I'm talking about it would take it takes some time to get to this land. And a group of scientists, over 15 members, found dinosaur-like creatures, and they are saying that the number could be in the thousands to millions of these animals. Right now, they are really freaking out because they don't know how these animals track prey. What they could have. Now that they have came into this territory, they don't know what to do.
Okay, she's actually talking real low. Hang on a second, let me turn that down because I turned it way up. The next thing's gonna blow your ears out if I turn it on. Anyway, she was at a salon getting her nails did, and the Chinese ladies had the Chinese news on, which most Chinese people know that Chinese news is propaganda anyway. And she was using her translator. And the translator, she says, lo and behold, the translator said that they found some uncharted islands off of China. And on those islands, they found dinosaur-like creatures of up to 13 feet high. And of course, they're real scared because they don't know how they hunt. They don't know what they eat. The very new uncharted territory, etc., etc. And supposedly everybody over there is freaking out. And she goes on to say that she asked the ladies that were watching this and doing her nails and everything like that, and they confirmed that that was what the translator was telling her. Now, I pulled this up, HITC. I'm not real exactly sure what exactly. It seems like a news channel. Did China? There's actually two things that I found about because I had to know this. I mean, uncharted land and dinosaurs all in one swoop, but from the Chinese, and we know we can trust the Chinese, right? Did China discover dinosaurs in uncharted land? TikTok rumor explored. Kelsey Dickinson. In fact, this person actually seemed to do more research and explain it better than Newsweek did. Okay? HITC recently reported on a rumor circulating TikTok where a user claimed that there was an uncharted land in China with dinosaurs roaming around. So what did China actually discover? From the 2022 discovery of the Bistaceratops frosioinrum, a species of horned dinosaur found in New Mexico, to the remains of a sauropod, whatever saurus, discovered in Australia. The world of dinosaur news is exciting. In the age of never-ending internet conspiracy theories, it can be hard to keep up. A video has recently gone viral on TikTok in which a user claims China has discovered dinosaurs populating uncharted land. During the video, an American woman claims she was at a nail salon, blah, blah, blah. You heard all that part. As the video continues, the woman alleges that a group of scientists found several dinosaur-like creatures on land left untouched by humanity. The user goes on even further, claiming the creatures discovered were over 13 feet tall. Naturally, many are suspicious of the information as the user provides no evidence or credible sources. So let's take a look at what China actually discovered. HITC has found no evidence to support the TikTok user's claim of large dinosaur-like creatures in China. That's probably the reason why she couldn't find anything else on it either. And again, we can always trust the Chinese news, can't we? Like I say, I don't know why they're trying to scare their own people as far as that goes on here, but nobody seems to be talking about it because it's fake news, evidently. Or is it? Another recent report claimed that Chinese scientists discovered bones of a newly identified species found in the region of Jiangxing. The species is thought to be around 252 million years old. In 2022, a 630-foot deep sinkhole was discovered in Leiyi County in Gyeonggi, Zhuang Autonomous Region. Oh, they call it a different thing now. I've been there, actually. Inside the sinkhole, specialists reported found various primitive trees. Some trees had grown to be over 100 feet tall, and the sinkhole also featured 3 caves. The interior of the hole was around 1,004 feet long and 492 feet wide. However, despite recent Jurassic discoveries, there is no available evidence to support the TikTok theory of an uncharted land with dinosaurs in China. It's very shocking. The lack of credibility and credible information hasn't stopped the TikTok users. Since the woman's original video, she's gone on to post multiple parts discussing the dinosaur rumor. Of course she has. The first one went viral. What's to say? I was going to say the draw of going viral more is even heavier there, and that's what TikTok is all about. Newsweek fact check: did China discover dinosaur-like creatures in uncharted land? Year after year, paleontological excavations around the world continue to discover new fossils, providing fascinating finders of the planet's ancient ancestors. In 2022 alone, scientists found new species of horned dinosaur in New Mexico, not seen for 70 million years, while the teeth of what is thought to belong to a sauropod Diamantinosaurus, one of the largest animals that have ever been walked the globe, was unearthed in Australia. Wow, imagine that. One of the largest ever on one of the smallest continents ever. How weird, huh? However, according to one viral video on TikTok, China recently trumpeted all of these discoveries with the wild claim that the dinosaur-like creatures were found recently roaming the earth. A viral TikTok claimed that dinosaur-like creatures, and of course the facts: 65 million years since the extinction of the dinosaurs, new excavations and discoveries continue to delight and intrigue. Last month, a new species of 400 teeth was found in Germany. I'm not going to try to read that. According to a report in The Independent. The Balamasuri, how about that? The nearly complete skeleton discovered accidentally in a Bavarian quarry was described by research lead Professor David Martill as having a really long jaw lined with small, fine hooked teeth with tiny spaces between them like a knit comb. By contrast, the TikTok claim of the uncharted land, all of the thousands to the millions of dinosaur-like creatures, is not supported by any even remotely credible evidence. Okay, so again, but it's still a strange sighting. And again, why would they say this? Why would they talk about this at all? Birds aren't real. Okay. If birds aren't real, why do they shit on people? Have you ever been... In fact, they claim supposedly, they claim that that's good luck. Polly! Big fat Polly is in the house. Welcome. Thank you so much. You get one of these. I do appreciate that. Did somebody say that they joined my Buy Me a Milkshake? Appreciate that. You can also actually do a monthly thing on my Odysee. And Rumble also actually takes super chats too. I don't know if they do the monthly thing though or anything like that. Actually, I really enjoy Odysee a lot. Not only do they allow more than just talking on there, I get pictures and memes and everything like that, but they've got all of the different things that you can do for the supporting the channel and things like that too. And I do appreciate all the support. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you once again. Can we ban Adam, please? No, we cannot ban. No banning. That's the whole point of freedom of speech. In fact, my dad always had this great saying. He said, you're allowed to say whatever it is you want to say, no matter how wrong it is. So, no banning. Unless he's threatening people. And I've never known Adam to do that. He has more peace than that. He has more love towards humanity than that. As you heard him tell about earlier. So no banning Fog. Now, Polly on the other hand, no, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Rock Candy said he did promise to destroy Earth by fire before placing New Haven and Earth in place of this contaminated matrix, and the flood took out genetic contaminants. Ban Polly. Polly's not a part of the... You love Adam? Okay. We all love Adam. I'm glad you're kidding. Bobby, welcome. You can't rape the willing. That's true. That's very true. Let's see. The ratio of oxygen to CO2 fluctuates greatly over long history. When dinos were here, there was a great deal more oxygen in the atmosphere. Such big bodies require more oxygen. Yes, and there was supposedly more CO2 in the air too, which made the trees giant. In fact, there was another thing that came through my feed too, which was almost that a lot of mountains now, they're comparing the mountains to like tree stumps and stuff. And saying that these mountains are actually tree stumps of ginormous trees that giants cut down back in ancient times too. And I could see where they might compare the two things. I would venture to say that the mountains would have to be extremely petrified. And then what about the theory about combining the tectonic plates or the crashing of the tectonic plates that would crush the land upwards and stuff like that? Is that being debunked now? Fogg says, I hope dinosaurs were real. I'd love to pet a baby raptor. Yeah, well, that'd be the last thing you'd probably do. All right. So, China didn't actually discover uncharted land or dinosaur-like creatures, or did they? And of course, who's to say, you know, the megalodon, or not megalodon, or we do have a very large shark or whale or something like that that's supposedly prehistoric. Alligators, things like that. You know, I'm not saying that they turned into anything other than what they were, but they can trace them back to long time ago. So we still have dinosaurs of some sorts. In fact, if you want to pet one of those, go and check out what is it? It'll come to me in a minute, maybe. All right, well, how about this next thing that we're seeing here happening in Florida? This supposedly, according to my research, this happened in Homestead, Florida about 2 months ago. Supposedly we are being visited by outsiders as well, supposedly. What do you guys think about this? toasty. Homestead, Florida. Now, I do know that Homestead is home to an Air Force base, or it used to be anyway, because when we were in the military, we used to live in the barracks down there. I'm not sure. I think Andrew ruined it down there. I'm not sure if it's still open or not down there or anything. You guys will have to tell me. I haven't been to Miami in a really long time. But, I mean, what do you think about that? I mean, at first it looks like a firework or maybe possibly a meteor or something like that. But then they stop going down and they start doing all kinds of little maneuvers and everything like that. Now, like I say, you could probably think that it might be the people from the Air Force Base down there. But how many times have you seen planes actually do that? And are they going to do that at dusk, usually? Unless there's some kind of a war maneuver or something going on. So what do you guys think about that? A buddy of mine and I launched something like that using a white trash bag full of helium and glow sticks. Sparky the Welder, okay. Probably some army guys messing around. Drones, that's a possibility. But would a drone leave a vapor trail like that did? Would also, I was going to say, this could also be photoshopped or whatever. You know, they do the deep fakes and stuff like that now. Bird cells are completely incompatible with all other kinds of animals. It goes against creationism. I didn't know you were were an evolutionist. No, I'm not. Drones with fire tails. Not me be. Are those a thing? Drone formations. Yeah, you think so? Very interesting. I thought it was interesting. Like I say, we're seeing all kinds of things. Now, another thing, and this is something else that boggles my mind as to how people think that they can control what's going on Earth, as far as saving it, if you will. The earthquake in Turkey literally tore a 300-kilometer rupture through the Earth's surface on Turkey. In fact, I wanted to basically show you the pictures. They have drawings of it, but they also have actual satellite pictures of this. At the southern tip of the larger rupture, about 150 kilometers from the epicenter of the initial 7.8 magnitude quake, the village of Tepehan in Hatay province witnessed extraordinary cracks tearing through the surface. Drone footage filmed on February 10th showed fissures slicing across an olive grove in the village. I don't know if you can see all of those. The fissure opened by the quake down here on the very bottom. And the olive grove is over here on the right with the northern surface. But all of this in purple and orange is the ground, and then the gray stuff is where it ripped all of that asunder. Tore an olive grove completely in half. Here's another photo, a drawing of it. And then I really like the satellite videos. This is actually before. All right, you don't see anything. This is just beforehand. This image is a Planet Labs, shows the village of Capicam, taken on January 1st, 2023, a month before the earthquake. And then after the earthquake, can you see it? This is the image a week after the earthquake. The surface has moved on either side of the huge crack running through the fields of the South Village. Starting about right... Let's see. You can't really see my can't really, I was going to say, you can't really see my cursor or anything like that, but if you can look all the way, the upper right-hand corner, about, I guess about 2 inches down, right underneath. What am I looking at here? Oh, I see. You can't really see it. It's all right. I gotta fix the size again. Is that going to work? Sometimes I feel like I've got to... All right, this was the... You see the edge of it there? Aha. Okay. Maybe you can see it now. Okay, here they actually show the rupture here. It starts right where I had said. Let's see if I can go up. All right, see if you can see it. There's a crack. If you can see this riverbank that goes kind of like in a upward, like a rainbow, upward slight rainbow. There's an actual crack right underneath it in the green part. Can you see it? It starts there and it goes all the way across all this gray land underneath this little thing that you see here. Goes all the way down, and you can see it. You can actually see it in this gray part down here. Now I'm about midway through the picture itself. And it goes down. You can see it cracked in the green spots down there. It might be hard to see on here, but you can actually look at this. This is, you can actually go there and look at this. This is Reuters graphics Turkey quake rupture. Go to Reuters. Reuters is showing this to you, but it's horrific, and it's huge earthquake, and it's splitting it literally split the land there. Okay, that's a horrific earthquake, and it's cracked the land there. But that's not all that's happening in Turkey right now. More than 2,600 sinkholes are identified in Konya, Turkey. Which, like I say, I'm sure that you know that sinkholes can take out just one man. Now, again, this is one of the things that they actually are blaming on global warming or climate change or stuff like that. And they're blaming it also, too, on the fact that they have had a pretty bad drought out there as well. Never known droughts to actually cause sinkholes. Although what they're saying is that the aquifers underneath these sinkholes are drying up, and that's what's causing sinkholes. More than 2,600 sinkholes have been identified in Konya Plain, Anatolia, Turkey, as of September 27, 2022. At the end of 2021, there were over 2,500 sinkholes, of which around 700 were deeper and 1,800 less than 1 meter, or 3.3 feet in depth. So those are like potholes. Konya Plain is known as Turkey's grain store, with 70% of its population engaged in agriculture and livestock. This karst region used to have dozens of lakes until 50 to 60 years ago. That's not a long time ago. What are they doing over there? Everything is a distraction from everything. Yeah, you're probably right, Brad Allen. That's what it seems like. Yeah, it does. That's why I'm always very skeptical about this. Best background music for Laura's stream, Toast. Now, some guy from Maine. Okay, you still doing that? I thought he quit doing that. We're made for each other. That's cool. If you like EDM, is it EDM music he plays? No, that's not. You like country music, right? Some guy from Maine, right? I don't remember. Sorry. Wow, you guys are so fast with this chat. Okay. Anyway, like I say, the sinkholes, again, between the earthquake and the sinkholes, and these are all things that are not of human making, of human design, or any of this stuff. I don't see how anybody human could have any control of this. The animals don't have any control over this. The earth is doing what it's going to do. Did I miss one? No. Okay. All right. So, and of course, well, thank you, Toasty. I love you too. Says these are from the same aliens that are giving everyone myocarditis. It's actually funny that you should bring that up, because that was actually my next discovery, if you will. Oh goodness, time is fleeting. Don't forget, the phone lines are still open. You can call in and talk about this stuff if you like. I know that you enjoy what I bring to you, but you got to have some opinion on this. Although I'm getting a lot of comments. digging holes looking for water. Is that what they're doing, limited access? I don't know. I don't know. However, I'm noticing also too, and just like Brad Allen said, and just like Zom brought up just now about the aliens, supposedly now we've been visited. And here's the proof of that. Let me see what you guys think about this.
The startling footage we're about to show you was photographed by a 42-year-old, Romero Valadares. This video was taken yesterday afternoon at his son's 7th birthday in the city of Passo Fundo, Brazil. It was sent to the local news bureau there and sent to us via satellite just a few minutes ago. All initial opinions are this is genuine. What you're about to see may disturb you.
How about that? In Brazil. Supposedly in Brazil this is happening.
Those attacks in spite of the judge's own warning to...
Go away, go away. I'll play that one again. Real quick. With their skin suits off. All different aliens, all made. AI made. You think this is AI? These are AI photos? Because I gotta say... I guess I'm not as familiar with Brazilians as I thought, but these guys that are in these pictures do not look Brazilian. They look Asian. So that was one question, I guess you could say, I had about this. They look real. They look really real. Of course, like I say, they showed still pictures. And I see this guy's holding an Android or an iPhone in his hand there. I'm pretty sure that you can take video. Aliens, I'm with the CGI thought. Yeah, like I say, another one of those things that comes across my feed. But this is another thing that they're actually trying to convince people now. And that's why I say that the aliens are coming to visit us. In fact, there was another video I saw not too long ago that they mentioned that even the government is talking about that we shot them down, even though they were telling us that they were of no consequence. There was a unidentified flying object or unidentified object over Canada that we supposedly shot down with nuclear capabilities, supposedly. And then another one in New Mexico or something like that. So, and again, with pictures like this came across my feed, and it sounds very serious and everything like that, but they're now trying to convince us that we're being visited from outer space. Now, not that I don't believe that we have people or life forms in other planets and other galaxies and everything like that. We don't know. You know, what do they call that? The unknown unknown? So we don't know. So everything's possible at that point. But again, this is something that they're trying to distract us with. In fact, one of the funniest memes I think I saw was us conspiracy theorists are having to tell normies that the aliens aren't coming. And who knows? They might already be here. Sai says the San Andreas fault grows wider by about 5 centimeters each year. Yes, and actually, haven't they been watching some seismic activity out there as well? So, yeah, so again, another distraction, but also, too, is something happening? Are they trying to warn us? What is this all about? Okay. All right. Not to mention also, too, all of the beings now that they're trying to, the human beings now, as far as this goes, that are trying to actually change their physical beings. This is one of the most ridiculous things I think I've ever seen in my life. It's one of the things that I'm glad that Matt Walsh fights against. It's one of the things that I speak up against constantly because, come on, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I mean, come on. Eventually, the girl tapped out. Had that been me, I would have walked out. There's no fucking way I'm competing with that person. I mean, they have weight classes and size classes and all this stuff for a reason. This makes it all moot. And I mean, how ridiculous was this? She was literally wrapped around this person's head, arms and legs, while this person stood up. I mean, in fact, the last scene where they were wrapped arms and legs around that person's leg reminded me of what I used to do to my dad when I was a little girl. And he'd drag his leg, you know, and something like that. What in the hell? Lizzie, welcome. Welcome to the show. Appreciate you being here tonight. We're just talking about the odd things that have been going on. Are we being warned, or is this just distractions for everything else? Etc. and etc. But then you got people like this, and this is another reason why I thank God for Matt Walsh. I used to think he was a pretentious asshole. You know, sometimes he would speak like he was holier than thou because he read the Bible and stuff like that. And I really did get the wrong impression about him until he started arguing against shit like this. How many of you women out there appreciate people like this telling us how womanhood is?
Being a woman isn't all getting dressed up and doing your makeup. You're right, it's a lot of things. It's the grooves in between your fingers from walking home at night clutching your keys. It's
what?
Knowing you can always ask someone for a hair tie and they'll have one on their wrist waiting for you.
This person, I don't identify with any of this, just to let you know. But do you guys? I mean, this is ridiculous.
It's the pure joy of realizing your dress has pockets, and though this one doesn't, it's always going to the bathroom in a pack. It's playing as the female character in video games and still kicking ass. Pulling someone's hair out of the way to zip their dress, or...
Who does this? I don't know one woman other than my mother that has ever done this. Ever. You just go walk up to strangers and start pulling their hair back so you can collapse their bra or zip up their dress? No, no, no.
Or clasp their bra. It's never being afraid to use emojis, especially the pink one. It's knowing how to tie a tie so you can always make sure your date looks handsome. It's all...
How many people tie their tie for their husbands or their dates?
All the little razor bumps on your legs and your arms and in your face and on the bottom of your stomach. It's taking off your shoe.
Razor bumps! Razor bumps mean that you're a woman. Ugh.
It's halfway through the night. It's creating literal works of art on our nails and our eyelids. It's dropping everything to help each other.
Wait. That person just said that makeup and nails didn't make the woman, but they do. This is why this is incredibly bad. These people, I don't care what they do, adults and everything like that, but a majority of these people have been caught grooming children, going after the children for this. We need more of these children. They just want to, put it this way, they're breeding themselves out of existence by doing this. Because this stuff makes you sterile. This stuff makes you not be able to reproduce. In most cases. There's not going to be any of you left.
We see someone else crying in public. I understand, woman.
How many people have out there drop everything they're doing when they see somebody crying out in public? In fact, if you're an actual woman, you know that a lot of times, that's a trap. You don't go around just looking at, you see a kid crying on the sidewalk, you want to be something, but that's a trap. We've been taught that kind of stuff is a trap. This person knows nothing about being a woman. They're so afraid of their safety, but yet they're actually causing problems. for women. For women's safety. They don't give a shit about safety.
Because I am a woman. And
No, you don't know that because you're not a woman. You can pretend all you like, but you will never speak for me, and you will never tell me how I feel. That's what these people get holier than thou with these things. Oh, I'm a woman, and I just can tell everybody what to do and how it's supposed to be. No! Plain Jane answers a comment about how they are stereotyping womanhood, proceeds to stereotype womanhood even more. You will never know. You are not. John Kerry isn't a scientist. He's a doofus who put himself in for a Purple Heart for injuries from his own grenade shrapnel. Yeah, he's kind of a traitor in my opinion, if you ask me. Well, tell us how you really feel. You're hearing it, Ebtide. Welcome to the show. Sergeant Tripod. If a trans identifies as a trans, does that make him normal? Normal trans, maybe. But, you know, all this bullshit. Normalize the bulge. And no. Leave us alone. We don't want this. You can have whatever you want, but don't tread on us. Sigh, I'm right there with you. All right. Then, of course, this is another thing that came across my feed that really actually makes me concerned and should be a warning to the rest of us that we're not going to be able to depend on our military for much longer. This is a site this is a page that came through for a modern day TI, if you will, training instructor. I do believe this is Army.
Oh, you can see. What you mean see? Oh my God, I didn't know you could see. Yo, what you doing, man?
How embarrassing, right? Watch this next one.
Hey, y'all ever seen a bunch of rats hitting the wall when they get trapped inside of a box? Yeah, this one over here was kicking and screaming, but he couldn't get over the wall. Get out, my boy, try it again. All right, this one jumped high. I knew he was clearing it, but nah, his arm gave out. Boy, stop, ain't nothing wrong with you. Get to the back of the line. This one, he jumped up, lifted his leg up, still couldn't get over. Get out, my boy. Hey, y'all boy coming up. No bounce at all. Get out, my boy. At this point, we just gonna have to repaint the wall. Y'all scraped more than y'all got over.
And of course, there's this one.
Over here, but he kept going though, fast as he can be. But he hit the wall, no bounce at all. All right, Private, run it back, Private. You got this. I'm looking like battle. What's going on? This boy fighting gravity right now. He came back. I knew he was a track star. How he took off out the blocks. Let's go, Private. Get it, Private. Let's go. Get over the wall. Get over the wall. Nothing at all. His battle buddy tried to help him. Get off me, my boy. I don't need it. Let's go, Private. At this point, we stopped the whole obstacle course waiting on him to get over the wall. Now, at this point, old Shamu right here decide he gonna go in front on. Let's go, Private. Take off out the block. I knew for a fact he about to clear the wall. This boy jumped. Man, why are we here? I knew he messed up when he tripped.
So, and I actually did that myself when I was 19. I was in the Air Force. I climbed over these walls. I did the obstacle courses. I've been there. So, and I watched this, and of course, when you see the shirt raise up and everything like that, he's blubber. He has no musculature at all. Where are they getting these recruits? I was speechless, and I thought, I have to share this with you guys, because this is what we're going to try to depend on to be, if anything ever happens and our enemies ever come over here, which, distinct possibility. Of course, they probably aren't bothering, because, again, if they press down the red button, this will be moot. There won't be the need for this. But I just, like I say, that particular thing right there left me speechless because this was unacceptable. You got washed back for this.
Kept going though, fast as you can be, but he hit the wall.
And
no bounce
and when
at
you
all.
and
All right,
when you
private,
didn't
back,
and if you didn't improve, you got kicked out. You got deemed not right for the position. This was incredible. I just like I say, and of course this is also to the epitome of strong men create good times create weak men create hard times. So, once again, a warning. I take it as a warning. Sai says, my nephew joined the Marines last year. He went kind of fat and lazy, but they turned him into a lean, mean killing machine. Good. But I bet he could actually do better than this when he got there. I could understand a rookie, but even the rookies, he's not even trying. And I'm sure he's been taught how to do it. And look at all the guys around him. That was another thing, too. They used to help each other out and try to push each other to go and everything like that. Because if one got in trouble, they all got in trouble. I would venture to say that they don't have pillow parties anymore. Thank you, Lizzie Longtoes. Rah. She says, I'm an animal. I'm just an Xer. And I got different standards. That's all I can tell you. Evidently, this drill sergeant has some decent standards, too. That's why he's showing us all this and going, why are we even here? Why? He's got it going on. However, you know me, I always try to end on a good note, and there is some hope out there. You guys have all been made familiar with that song Unholy by Sam Smith. Blech. Well, I found someone that turns these hellish songs into Christian songs, and I actually enjoyed this one. Check it out.
Who we are, for you should know hell is hot, so you ought to stop and go do something holy. Listen. Listen, girl. You're worthy to be married to. Quit liking this world that just likes to hide the truth. No one could love you more than the way God loves you. Don't you, boy. Don't you know all of heaven is watching? Angels always bring back the places you should be. If only you know how to keep your vision clean. Who we are, for you should know hell is hot, so you ought to stop and go do something holy. He'll be back, yeah, he's coming soon, so stop being a fool. You should go now, get ready. Ooh, yabo, he's coming back with yabo, a fire and vengeance. Ooh, yabo, you should know hell is hot, so you ought to stop and go do something holy. Baddie, you don't wanna mess with daddy. Yeah. He gives favor, but he'll burn you down to ashes. You gon' need to give it up. Sodom and Gomorrah didn't end well. Your time is almost up. You could be gone in the AM. See, he gives you mercy till your last breath. He's always calling, cause his love, it never ever ends. And when you know you're ready, call on his name, Yeshua. And when your knees are bowed, receive his power as ruach. Who we are, for you should know hell is hot, so you ought to stop.
Zero die. Her name is Becca Shea.
Yeah, he's coming soon, so stop being a fool. You should go now, get ready. Ooh, yabo, he's coming back. Yeah. Ooh, yabo, a fire and vengeance. Ooh, yabo, you should know hell is hot, and it never stops. So go plead for his mercy. He'll be back, yeah, he's coming soon. You gon' need the truth, cause you better be ready. Babylon didn't end well, Jezebel didn't end well, so you should go now, get ready.
beautiful. She has a beautiful voice. And Brad Allen Music says RDR would love this. Well, go ahead and share it with him. Okay, real quick. Now, I don't like to talk about this person because this person is already getting way too much attention. In fact, as I was writing this, I found that the Mulvaney character now has a contract with Nike, as well as Budweiser and all that other stuff. I'm going to end with the funny Budweiser commercial on this. This would all go away if we would just stop talking about him. I see it coming from everybody all the time, good, bad, or indifferent, and this person is doing just like Trump does. He markets the bad shit just as much as the good shit. In fact, you saw it in his special at the Met or wherever he was in New York or whatever it was. The people he highlighted were the people that actually talk about him badly the most. Daily Wire, all of that, everything like that. So he's actually, in my opinion, he's getting to be like Trump's opposite, yet using the same tactics to keep him in the news. Both Paul Joseph Watson and the Quartering are finally saying what I've been saying all along about this person. If we would stop fussing over him and talking about these folks all the time, they would probably go away. But they are marketing the naysayers as much as the people who cheer them on. And you know what? There are more of us than them. Not to mention the fact these companies that are actually paying this person to do all of this stuff now sees the rage. They see the attention. They're getting even more attention. They don't care how they get attention. But if everybody would quit talking about this person, good, bad, or indifferent, they would go away. Now, I can understand bringing to people's attentions, but almost every video for the last at least 6 months that I know of from JT, from the Odin's Men, has featured either him or the other one, Jeffrey. The one that looks like Lurch with makeup on. That's all he ever talks about. People go to see what's so bad about this person. What about this person? Waffle, thank you so much for the donation. You get one of these. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. But that's what I say. All I ever see from anyone of these woke companies are cashing in on that. Our boycotts don't seem to be working because we don't stay consistent with them either. Either that or folks like me and all of you didn't partake in these products to begin with. So no problem for us. In fact, I don't drink. I can't stand Nike. Nike has never had anything that would ever fit me or was good for me. Their shoes were always too narrow for me. Their clothing, in my opinion, were extremely uncomfortable and extremely expensive for what they were. I don't use a lot of these products. I haven't used tampons in years since my menopause and all that other stuff. So, I mean, none of this stuff actually affects me. Let's see. But I still go into my own parents' house and see products that they shouldn't be buying because of some of this stuff. Mainly because they always have and don't have any idea how bad the company actually is or really how much they actually care or don't care about their consumers. You notice that I don't really talk about these groomers much because that's exactly what they want. Like I say, Paul Joseph Watson and the Quartering have both said this now. Stop making these people famous. They're not worthy of it. They haven't done anything. They haven't achieved anything. They're just influencers. They just have eyeballs on them all the time. That's the only reason why these people are advertising with them. So they get no free advertising from me, but I did think that this was freaking hilarious.
Real man of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Budweiser head of marketing guy. Only you could take a beer and make it 20 years of amazing ad campaigns, and this is where we end up.
Not gonna buy it.
What the fuck were you thinking?
And there's actually some things out there that have been said that this went through without the approval of the higher ups, yada, yada, yada. I think people are just trying to cover their ass as far as that goes. But we still need to go back to cool Budweiser commercials like this. Or actually cool commercials, period, like this.
Great night for a swim.
I don't have my bathing suit.
That's okay. Neither do I. It's the moon. What could possibly make this moment more perfect?
With a great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down. Make it a Bud Light.
So yeah, we need more commercials like that back. We need better commercials again. Because actually, to be honest with you, many of the people that I've known over the years, Budweiser is the only reason why Budweiser is as popular as it is. Because A, in their advertising, they've got everybody knowing that they're the king of beers. I mean, that right there would make anybody want to at least try it once, right? And B, they had great commercials. Oh, and don't forget the Clydesdales, the beautiful, beautiful horses. Other than that, though, I didn't like Budweiser. Well, like I say, I could never get the used to the taste of it. In fact, one of my very favorites, if I have to have a beer, is Heineken Dark. Which I don't know if Anheuser-Busch does them or not either. But I always like the dark beers. Somebody asked me, let's see, I think he's a gay actor who is just being used to make trans seem fun and hip. Yeah, well, I've noticed a lot of people are saying, hey man, you haven't gone through with all of it. You can't really claim that you're a trans if you haven't had your bottom surgery. But I guarantee he's reserving that. Put it this way, he wouldn't have sang about normalizing the bulge if he had any thoughts of having bottom surgery. So, he's a big fat phony! All right, that's about it for me for right now. Don't forget to support all the folks on Pure Blood TV and Pure Blood News and all that good stuff right there. Appreciate you guys all being here today. Be sure to head on over to the Drunken Rocky show, which actually he's on vacation, so we're going to be hanging with 451 Actual. You might actually see me over there after I finish getting everything together. Let me know if there's any other things that you want me to cover, or if there's anything you want me to show you or have my opinion on, since you like my opinion so much. Please make sure it's not something that gets me kicked off of YouTube, but I don't really give a shit. I'm hoping to try and move over to Pilled soon. Appreciate all of you. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the comments, the calls. Don't forget to send me your clips and commercials for your or my show. God bless you. God bless America. Thank you for all of the donations as well. I wish you peace, love, health, and music. Until next time, AMF.